Welcome to Starwatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. What would you do if an $80 million offer landed on your desk? Most people would sign it instantly, but not Wang Yibo. In a world where fame often means compromise, he made a decision that stunned the entire entertainment industry. A decision that proved success is not defined by wealth, but by integrity. Welcome to Starwatch Now, where we uncover stories that inspire millions. In that dimly lit conference room, the air was thick with expectation. The offer laid before him was not just lucrative, it was monumental. 80 million yuan for a single international endorsement, a sum that could have easily turned any artist into a living brand overnight. Managers exchanged glances, executives whispered under their breath, all waiting for Wang Yibo's reaction. They anticipated excitement, perhaps a moment of hesitation, but what followed was silence. Steady, deliberate, almost disarming. With one simple gesture, he slid the contract aside and said, in the calmest tone imaginable, "We'll go with Anta." It was not defiance. It was conviction. That decision marked a turning point, not only in his career but in the way the entertainment industry perceived influence. Many saw it as a reckless move, a missed opportunity to expand his global fame. But for those who truly understood him, it was a statement of principle, a declaration that self-worth is not measured by foreign validation or the number of zeros on a check. Wang Yibo had chosen to stand with a homegrown brand, to prove that domestic excellence could rival any global powerhouse. The ripple effect was immediate and profound. Within weeks, Anta's youth product line reported a staggering 37% increase in sales. Young fans, inspired by his decision, began switching to local products, wearing them with pride. It wasn't just a marketing victory. It was a cultural awakening, a moment when people remembered that patriotism could live in the smallest of daily choices. And when Anta's management announced a 5 million yuan donation to charity in his honor, it became evident that Yibo's influence reached far beyond fashion or fandom. It was the power to transform admiration into action. Behind the headlines, though, there was no trace of arrogance. Those who worked with him said he never once mentioned the endorsement or the money he walked away from. When asked later why he did it, he simply replied, "Some things cannot be traded." To him, loyalty and authenticity mattered more than luxury. His decision wasn't just a rejection. It was a reminder that true value lies in staying grounded, in choosing integrity over convenience, and in believing that one person's choice can ignite a nation's pride. In that quiet moment, Wang Yibo didn't just turn down a contract. He rewrote the definition of influence. There are moments in life that reveal the truth of a person's character. Moments when no cameras are rolling and no applause awaits. For Wang Yibo, those moments seemed to define him. When catastrophic floods struck Zhengzhou in 2021, most of the entertainment world was silent, lost in schedules, contracts, and image management. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, in a small hotel room in Hongdian, Yibo was scrolling through the devastating news. Without hesitation, he picked up the phone and called the Han Hong Foundation. "I want to make a donation," he said. The voice on the other end asked how much and under what name. His response was simple, 2 million yuan anonymously. He didn't want credit, he wanted relief. That call set in motion a quiet wave of compassion that would save more than 300 lives through boats, supplies, and shelter. When the story eventually surfaced months later, it wasn't through publicity but through the foundation's transparent records. By then, Yibo had long returned to filming, carrying the weight of exhaustion on his shoulders but never mentioning the act. The same spirit followed him to one of the most unforgiving places on earth, the Tibetan border at an altitude of 5,200 meters. The thin air burned his lungs, and the cold turned his lips dark, yet he stayed. For 3 days he lived, ate, and trained with border soldiers, listening to their stories of solitude and duty. When he left, he donated 500,000 yuan to build a library for the regiment. No media accompanied him, no team documented the visit. The story only became known when the People's Liberation Army Daily quietly published a group photo months later. It is in these unseen gestures that Wang Yibo's true self emerges. He does not seek virtue through spectacle, nor recognition through sacrifice. His compassion is quiet, his generosity instinctive. In an era where fame often magnifies ego, he reminds us that the greatest acts of humanity are often those done in silence. To him, being a celebrity is not a privilege to flaunt but a responsibility to uphold. His choices reveal a rare understanding that kindness, when genuine, needs no witness. Each unpublicized act of giving redefines what it means to hold influence, turning celebrity into service and spotlight into light itself. Beneath the surface of glamour, beyond the lenses and the flashing lights, there lies a story of endurance that few ever see. Wang Yibo's journey has never been about effortless perfection. It has been a test of resolve, pain, and quiet strength. During rehearsals for the Spring Festival Gala performance splendor, he faced a challenge few could endure. The performance demanded historical precision. The way his sleeves moved, the turn of his wrist, the placement of each step, all had to honor the grace of the Han dynasty. Temperatures in the desert plains of Xinjiang fell to -20 degrees Celsius, the wind cutting like glass against his skin. For 2 relentless months, he trained under those conditions, perfecting every gesture until it became muscle memory. When his hands froze, he would dip them into bowls of steaming water, clench his fists to bring back circulation, and continue again. The result was a 4-minute masterpiece that left millions breathless and reignited national pride in traditional Chinese culture. After the broadcast, sales of cultural products from the Forbidden City surged by 400%, yet he never spoke about the pain it took to make that beauty possible. Then came the filming of Hidden Blade. The director, Chang Er, demanded a raw portrayal of discomfort, no acting, no simulation. Without a word, Yibo began eating cold spare ribs, again and again, his face tightening in controlled agony. After the 30-second portion, he could no longer suppress his body's reaction and vomited. The camera captured that fleeting moment of real pain, the kind that cannot be faked. Chang Er later recalled that he had never seen such commitment from a young actor. That scene became one of the film's defining moments and earned Yibo a Golden Rooster Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. These moments reveal the kind of artistry that cannot be manufactured. Wang Yibo's pursuit of truth in performance, his willingness to embrace discomfort, and his refusal to compromise remind us that greatness is not born from ease. It is forged in the spaces where pain meets purpose. The world sees the grace of the finished performance, but he knows the frost, the nausea, the fatigue that came before it. His art is not an illusion. It is a testament, a quiet declaration that beauty and integrity often grow from struggle. Offstage, Yibo is an educator at heart. Through his anonymous YB scholarship, 150 children in remote mountain regions of Yunnan and Guizhou have found hope. When one student was accepted into Peking University, Yibo sent him a book titled Ordinary World, writing, "Study not to escape the mountains, but to make them stronger." Recently, fans discovered another quiet act. He had funded a rehabilitation center for young racers injured during competitions, believing that every dream deserves a second chance. Whether he's racing with a fractured arm, filming in silence, or standing by his beliefs, Wang Yibo continues to redefine what it means to be an idol. He reminds us that true strength is not in the roar of applause, but in the choices made when no one is watching. $80 million couldn't buy his loyalty. Fame couldn't change his humility, and pain couldn't break his purpose. He's not chasing popularity, he's building legacy. If the story moved you, don't just scroll away, share it. Because stories like these remind us that courage and kindness still exist in the spotlight. Thank you for watching Starwatch now. Subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss another story that touches hearts around the world. Until next time, stay inspired, stay kind, and keep watching the stars. Glowing star.